Hey everyone, welcome back to Seems Legit the Pod. As you already know, we're the podcast that wants you to open your mind, keep you curious. So, you already know it's Sean, back in this again. I'm with Jarrell. How you doing, bro? You good?
I'm alright. I'm good today, man. I feel energized.
Come on.
Better than last one.
Yeah.
I see you wearing that shirt.
Why?
Anyways, Simi, how you doing? You good?
Great.
Yeah?
Thank you for asking.
Love
How are you?
that. I'm wonderful. Guys, listen, we are going to talk about some good things, educate, learn ourselves, and hopefully the audience can learn too. So I'm going to jump in with a question that me and a colleague of mine were talking about, and he gave me the idea. What would you prefer? Teleportation within the same time?
Okay.
Or time travel, but the time travel, you time travel when you're in that exact same place. You can't time travel and end up in America, LA, on the beach.
So
I know you guys are going to try that.
Here it will be in the UK.
Well, wherever you are, when you time travel, you're going to be in that same place when you time travel. But the teleportation, obviously, will be in the same timeline. Though you can't go to
Anywhere in the world.
time.
Can I go forward and back?
In times of time travel,
Yeah. Or
of course,
only back?
time travel. Yeah,
I can go forward.
of course you can. Time travel, do you?
Oh, that's tough. The reason it's tough is because I'm a black man. Going back in time is a myth.
Hey, but bro, there was some good music.
I
There's
hear
some
you.
good,
I hear
some
you.
good stuff happening.
That part I hear you, but like we don't have the struggles.
Get better. Is that what you're saying?
We don't have the struggles that some of my people went through. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe you could go back and do certain things that could maybe.
But I mean, you said I
Put that bet on Leicester.
Put that bet on Leicester. I said that last time.
Listen.
Could you imagine?
Last time.
Go back.
But if you go back in time, does things affect the time?
Hey, listen, you guys are getting deep in the question. All I want is time travel or teleportation. They always do this. I hope the audience knows. They always do. They just try and manipulate the question. Time travel, teleportation, done.
That's tough.
I'm going to jump straight in and say I'm going to go back. And this is like a personal, I want to go back to when we had loved ones that were here, like a big Christmas that everyone was together and we were all together, relive that moment.
Yeah.
And then I can switch back.
Teleportation, can I move anywhere in the world?
Anywhere you
But
want.
this time.
Like jump.
But at this time.
Like Jumper.
Like jump. I'm going to go teleportation.
You remember that? You not seen that film, Jumper,
Yeah,
right? If
Jump.
anyone ain't seen it, it's a
Yeah.
really good film.
They're not hunting me though, are they?
No one hunt you. Yeah, no one hunt you. They ain't gonna catch you anyway. Don't worry about that.
I'm gonna do teleportation.
How come?
Okay.
Because there's no guarantee that if you time travel, the timeline's never affected. Whereas, at least if I time travel, if I teleport, I know the reality I live in now.
Look at him, Look at him caring about the timeline. He doesn't want to mess up anyone's lives. Look at that, man. Really, all he wants to know is that when he can just be chilling here and he can teleport straight to the beach.
Hey, listen.
Teleport straight to
Come
China.
back.
Teleport wherever he wants.
Someone else is at work.
Do you know how much time you would save if you could pop somewhere like?
But can you just do it once?
No, it's your power.
Unlimited.
Unlimited. That's why there's a time travel. But you got to be where you're at, though.
I finish work.
Bora Bora.
Aye, listen.
To be fair, you'd be rich as well because you can just teleport inside like a bank.
Into the bank.
I mean,
No, that's what you're doing in Jumper, weren't they?
Little jewelry store.
Listen,
Can't teleport in.
I'm taking teleportation.
No.
Listen.
I'm taking teleportation.
Nah, mine's priceless anyway.
It is.
I take it.
It is. But
Yeah.
I'm teleportation. What about you?
Oh.
You knew I was never asking.
Yeah. you know.
You guys never asked me. Hey, you remember this one for your boy Sean. I would choose time travel. Just there's more for it. I can still do those things here in teleportation. It would just take me longer. But the time travel I can't ever do. And it just gives me more. And I'll go back in the past and I'll catch some of them slave owners and I'll beat the living shit out of them.
Ross. Yo.
We ain't cutting that out either.
That went deep real quick.
We ain't cutting that out either. Anyways.
Nah, fair enough.
Let's jump in now, guys. Let's jump in. I'm glad. It's a good question. Sorry.
That is a good
Turn that
question.
dark quick. All right. So today, what we are discussing is astral projection. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, I'm pretty sure you've already seen it before. If you've seen Insidious, great horror movie, it's deeper than what you think it is. The son, he goes into a coma. His name is Dion? Anyways, he goes into a coma and the dad has to go and help him because no one knows what's wrong with him physically in the health world. And basically what it is, he astral projected and he went into a place called the Further, which basically means his spirit was outside of his body and he was in a spiritual world or realm even, and he got stuck there. But when he was there and while he's there, everything else that's in the spirit world wants his body because everything wants to live.
Yeah.
You remember the
What,
film?
they want to
take that body. Yeah, they want to get. They want to.
They want to come back
to
the living.
Well, of course, everything wants to be alive, right? Everything in this world does everything it can do to stay alive, or its species to stay alive. Some stuff even stays alive just to reproduce and then die the same day. Damn.
Well,
let me get deep. Let me get deep in you guys today, man. I'm on a roll. So that's astral projection. You've also seen it in Doctor Strange. If you remember, I think it's the first one where he gets hit and his soul comes out of his body and then he's able to go into like the hospital and peer through walls and everything else, but his body's somewhere else. So that's what astral projection is. Let's talk about it, people.
Yeah.
What you got to say, my bro?
I don't know if you've seen it. Behind Our Eyes. I think it's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. That was a really, really good show. But that is astral projection. And it's like what you said. Everybody wants to be alive. Do I give spoilers? It's been out long
Maybe
enough.
not because I ain't seen it.
Oh, you've not seen it?
It sounds good.
You've not seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
Okay, I won't give you spoilers. But that is what you're talking about, and it's so good to, like, you see it. It's probably not how it happens, but you can visualize it from the way they project it. Don't get me wrong, it's messy, and they're all idiots for it even happening. But it's a good watch to understand that thing, and I think that's another part of my journey. Actually, that was such a good watch.
That's fine.
Interesting.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen
Behind Your Eyes.
You've seen Insidious, obviously. You know.
I feel like I have seen it, but I can't.
Did you put astral projection to that movie though? Or
No.
you just think you just watched it and thought, what's going on here?
We're
That kind
talking
of
about three different film show genres, even, and they're all
on the same.
On
so
the same
when I
kind of
watched
thing.
Behind Her Eyes, I didn't put it to that until I understood what astral projection was. But I understood the fact that, so basically it's the spirit leaving the body, but the physical staying where it is.
Yes.
And you can travel wherever you want in this spirit world and do what you want. But then, like he said, then people are vying for that. It's like the host. It's like the host. So the human body is the host.
Yeah.
And once the spirit leaves, that's a free host for someone.
Correct.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
You get it now.
Someone can, as another spirit, can get into your host, and you can't get back in. So once a spirit's in, you can't get back in.
And
it's
how do
now
they
locked
get in?
through the astral projection. So once the soul,
because you've left your shell.
you've left your shell.
Yeah.
That's a good word. Yeah, you've left the shell. So now it's a free shell. So if someone goes into your shell, that's now their shell. Watch it.
By the way, we're going to continue this topic, but guys, just quickly, we are definitely doing, and someone even said this to me, we're doing a whole episode on movies.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
Because even what we're just talking about now is just like...
Or documentaries and things like that.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Show document. We'll do it all in one, but I think it's such a good topic for us to kind of
see
talk
the astral
about.
projection thing. I saw the CIA. I think it was the CIA. They actually put out a thing on like astral projections and things like that. I think it's on YouTube.
Bro, Stranger Things. What's she doing when she goes into the bathtub?
See, I've never watched Stranger Things.
What's she doing when she goes into the bathtub?
I know. Do you know
Everyone's seen it. What's she doing when she goes into the bathtub? I'm talking to someone off the camera right now. What's she doing when she comes into the bathtub? They use that, but the military, the government, they use that, and it's not too much of a spoiler. They're using that for her to be able to spy on other governments to know what they're doing, because obviously they can't see that she's there.
Yeah.
Mad.
It's mad. But yeah, there's a thing on YouTube about the CIA using astral projection.
Bro, Stranger Things.
Like
That's Stranger Things.
That's mad. Much. I didn't know that as well.
Because
I haven't watched Stranger Things.
Look at that. So, here's a question for you guys. I'm going to keep them rolling because I am on such a roll today, guys. Man, I can feel the energy today. So, you've both had dreams, obviously. I'd hope you have. Shit, if you didn't, you'd be weirdos. Have you ever had a dream? And I thought about it. Have you ever had a dream that you've seen yourself?
Have we ever seen ourselves in our dream?
In the dream.
So, I don't know if this is a common knowledge thing, or whether this is a cultural thing, but my mum's always told me, if you ever see yourself in your dream, it means you've passed.
Whoa.
So we're not meant to see ourselves in our dreams.
Sure.
But I've always been told if you see yourself, but also I've been told if you dream of someone else, you add 7 years to their lives.
You better
But
listen. Just listen. No, just dream me. Just I don't know, on a roll, and I'll give me like a 14. Give me an extra 14.
I got main character syndrome, so I don't think I've ever seen myself in a dream. I'm always in first person.
Which you kind of should be, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I'm glad you mentioned that part. Another thing that's kind of added onto this is people who have passed but come back. And what I mean by that is people whose heart has stopped beating, as an example, and you had to get the defibrillator, whatever it is they needed, and they've come back to life. They've stopped breathing, they've stopped everything, and they've come back through whatever it is needed. I know someone, and I actually tried to get him on the show ages ago, but he didn't want to, and, respect to him. I'm obviously not going to mention his name, but he had a car crash, and long story short, he died. And they obviously had to pump his chest. But in that moment, obviously he's dead. He swears blind and recalls it like he could probably do a lie detector test and it probably come up true. And he said, look, I remember looking down at my own body and seeing what was around. He saw ambulance, saw all this stuff. And he also, this is a really big full circle. He saw this light. Now, when he was saying it's not like this beaming light like people talk about, but there was this light and there was this feeling that he got, and this feeling was like this. What was the words he used? It was like this unmeasurable, like comfort, love, just pure happiness, warmth, all of that, and he was kind of going towards it in a way, and then he remembers obviously coming back into his body. And I find that interesting because there's other people who have been in a situation where they've passed and they've been brought back in. And a lot of them recall
the same thing.
A similar situation of being able to see themselves. And this is why I asked that question, when you dream, would you ever see yourself? And then you said, no, because apparently that's because you've passed.
Yeah. And we've not spoke about this.
No. Listen. By the way, guys, as you already know, I do a lot of the work here. So I literally write a lot of the episodes. So these guys, I kind of keep them in suspense.
Yeah.
And it's how I keep it
That's
fresh,
true.
and it's not no rehearsement.
Yeah.
Rehearsement?
Rehearsal.
Rehearsement.
It's all right.
Yeah, don't worry.
You know what I meant?
We did a grammar.
It's Sean's time this time.
Hey.
We're not cutting that. Because I do the editing, so.
I'm going to say the same sentence. So yeah, as you guys know, I do a lot of the work, and so that means they don't know anything, so there's no rehearsals.
Yeah.
Hey. But yeah, we've never spoken about
that's
that.
true, though.
No.
We've never spoken
What you're
about
saying is true. Like, literally, I found out what the topic is when I got here today.
That's how I like it.
Yeah.
To keep it fresh
Do you
sometimes.
guys like it that way?
I do. I love
Yeah.
it. It gives me genuine reactions.
But also, we didn't know what you were planning today. And you suggested in the chat, and viewers would know this, you suggested a certain topic.
Yeah.
And Sean said, how did you know?
That's so true.
And it's only now I'm looking back at it, I'm thinking, but how did you know? Was there like, was you like gravitated toward that topic? Or
I don't know.
did it just spring into your head? Don't know.
I don't actually have an answer for you. But I told you that you should look into that.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I'll have that's what we're...
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, and my reply was, what spirits you've been talking to, guy, and who you got on the Astral Projection world spying on your boy. Because I want in. But hear me out. Now, that was a bit creepy in a way. Because, bro, listen, I mean, you guys know me. I talk about anything, discuss anything.
Yeah.
You have no idea what it's going to be. But you did know that. Very strange.
That was, I didn't think about it.
No, yeah, I connected it. Going back to the question in regards to passing away and stuff like that. So Sam's the only person I've told about this, but when I was giving birth to Lamaya, I was doing a water birth the second time with Lamaya. And although the birth was a lot quicker, a lot easier, there was one point, and it was just before my final push where Lamaya came into this world, I said to Sam, I blacked out and I can't remember anything. I can't remember anything that happened. Oh. I was in the bathtub and I just done a contraction. So if you know or don't know, you're meant to push during a contraction. So just done that. And I don't know what happened on the outside, but in my head, I fainted.
Right.
What did they say you did?
They just said I closed my eyes.
Oh, okay.
That's what Sam says. Yeah. He's like, you didn't seem like you were in pain or anything. You just looked like you closed your eyes. And I saw a flash. And I always say to Sam, I swear in that second, I passed. Serious? But then I came back for my next contraction.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. And and Sam is probably the only person that I've told.
Scared?
Yeah.
What did you feel?
When I came back?
No, well, in
the whole moment.
At that point, I just kind of blacked out and I was just, because obviously you're going through it, I was tired.
I'm about to say, was the adrenaline of the childbirth just...
Yeah, like a release, a relief,
That's insane.
And then I remember coming back round and my midwife, who was a man, said, that's it, one more push. And then I pushed and then Lamaya came into the world. But I remember after that going to shower and I sat on the shower floor and I was like, that's not okay.
Yeah, legit.
Whatever happened was not okay. And it's the same scenario of a bright light. You feel so at comfort, at peace, warmth. But for some reason, I didn't see thank God, didn't see myself. And I snapped back in.
Oh, that's scary stuff.
That is, thanks for sharing that to me too, by the way.
But also, and I'm like a young,
healthy
mother. And my body knew what to do because it was my second birth.
Yeah.
But just instantly.
That's Simi's all trying to throw these curveballs. I wasn't ready. Trying to throw me
I don't even know what to say on that.
She's trying to throw me off my role, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I don't sound that.
break up.
Oh, whoa, that is...
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a lot. And also, it could be another discussion, but we also just don't realise how many...
moments like that we might have ever in our life.
And how many mothers actually go through that on a birthing day.
That would be interesting to hear that.
But yeah, that was my...
props to you, Sim.
I'm going to change the subject slightly.
Props to you, though.
Like I chucked that curveball in.
To be fair, this next question is going to tie in very well with this. I feel like we really are on a good momentum right now. There's science behind the brain and the body when certain things are happening. So like sleep or passing away and etc. And people, scientists or whoever, will normally talk about that as reasons for feeling. People talking about it in terms of when people say that they go through their whole life and they're experiencing so much in that one because your brain's obviously doing certain things and they will say that's the reason why. Whether that's true or not, I'm just saying that's the science behind that. We hear about it. And within this same subject is sleep paralysis, right? And this is one thing I definitely want to talk about because I've had it. I used to have it a lot more than I do now. Yeah, I used to have it. I know that. Oh man, I mean, I wasn't going to go into a story, guys.
Do you know how scary that is?
I was going to ask you guys what your thoughts are, but I'm going to give you just a quick one of what used to happen to me. And what's really strange about this is my auntie Carmen, she doesn't mind me saying this, she used to experience something quite similar, but I never knew that until I got older because I never used to talk about it. So when I was younger, really strange, I'll go to bed. Not every time this would happen. It'd be very rare. And I'll get into bed and I'll be going to sleep and I would hear a siren, like a boo, like a long siren I would hear. And only as I started to get older, I started to recognize that's when I was starting to go into like a very like horrible deep sleep. And I would fight it as much as I could. And I'd go into this deep sleep. But normally when I had that situation, I would then wake up in a sleep paralysis.
Right.
And
just for the viewers, can you explain what
sleep paralysis. So sleep paralysis is where you are awake. You're looking around. You can look around your room as I'm looking around now. My eyes, by the way, I do actually have them. And you can't move your body, but you're aware of everything. You can see everything, blinking, everything. You can see it, but you can't move. And it's a bit surreal to try and
feel your bed sheets. You can feel
you're there,
from the
but you just can't move any. You can't move anything. And this is also part of the question. What's really strange about sleep paralysis is, and I don't know why, but 9 times out of 10, from what I know about people who've had it, it's normally associated to something scary or something coming towards you or something. Because I've had the situation for me where something was like on top of me.
Okay.
But I can't see anything. But I know something's on top of me and I can feel the weight.
Okay.
And the only way I was able to get out sometimes of sleep paralysis was I had to like move my toe to snap my body back in. I had to really focus on doing that because I couldn't move anything else.
Okay.
Or you'll be like in darkness and your door will be open and you're just looking and you can see something. So anyways, that's what sleep paralysis is about. There's films on it as well, which it's a real thing. My question to you guys, and I don't know if you've ever had it. If you have, great, tell me the story. But also, why do you think that sleep paralysis, when you're in it, there's a fear of something coming for you? Why is it not I'll be okay? Like, there's nothing there. Like, are you hallucinating? Like, what? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because if you ask anyone who has sleep paralysis, they tell you it's scary because, not just because of the not being able to move. That's one part, but you'll get over that if you're just in your room and your room's light and there's nothing going on. But something else happens every single time. And
do you think not being able to move triggers the
fear response?
I feel like something's coming to me because if something is or something isn't, I can't defend myself.
Right? Yeah.
So do you think it kind of leads on? Because if it was just, if you could move something, you feel like you're in control, but you must feel like you're
helpless.
And vulnerable.
Yes.
And when you feel vulnerable, you feel open to attack. Or do you think that comes in hand in hand?
And I'm gonna let you talk as well, Wanda. Because for me, I was always a bit like, am I in between planes here?
Okay.
Is that what's happening? And people will argue, again, the science will be because your brain, when you sleep, by the way, and I've read about this, when you sleep, your brain shuts down your body so that you don't reenact any dreams that you have. So you're not swinging and fighting and whatever it is you're doing, you're not going to do that in the physical world. Hence why sometimes if you ever had to jump out and you're like, or you're going to kick a ball, whatever it might be, and your body does it, right? Because you're not fully asleep and
my
stuff.
My dad's always fighting.
So your body, your brain, which is unbelievably powerful, it will shut down the body so it can just not do that and you won't reenact what's happening within the brain.
Okay.
And I believe that. But the tricky part is you're not asleep.
Yeah.
So what's happening here? But it could be, you're maybe hallucinating and getting more fear because you can't move.
So they say the hallucination is as a form of back to the astral projection. I think it's the start. If you're an hallucinator, you can actually do the astral projection if you trained and things like that. And come with the sleep paralysis is that you are visualizing these things that aren't actually happening. That's what hallucination is, isn't it?
Yes.
Whether that's aided by drugs or whatever it is. I remember when I did my knee, and I was taking, I think it was Tramadol. And it's the first time I've ever taken something so strong. Yeah. The hallucinations I had that first night, oh my God.
What did you see, bro? Tell us.
Listen, I was seeing demons. I was seeing mad stuff. But
tell us one,
I woke up in sweat. But I think I had like sleep. Like I was, you're just like trying to like get up. Like, what you did? Because in my head, I know it's not real. I know I'm just lying in bed with a bad knee, bro. But because I've taken these like painkillers, spun me up. Like, and I remember it vividly. I remember like waking up with cold sweat. I was dripping. I was scared. Like, I was like, what the hell was that? Like, what the hell was that? But yeah, so the hallucination part is like the first step of sleep paralysis and like the
There's a rapper called Joey Badass, one of my favorite rappers, really good rapper. He talks
on
about
YouTube about the sleep
being
paralysis.
able to
I've
train.
Really?
I've seen it.
Did you like you? I didn't even know you liked.
No, I didn't know, but I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen
he
that
talks
YouTube
about being
clip.
able to train and be able to do it. And we're going to switch again quick because I know time's of the essence. But have you ever, and this is why I'm talking about this train thing. For me, have you ever been in a dream, noticed that you're in a dream and being able to manipulate the dream? I've been able to do it a couple of times, but I have to know that I'm in the dream.
No, I haven't.
It's really cool, by the way.
But I would also want to know, when I punch in my dream, why am I always so ass slow?
And when you're running too.
Yeah.
Oh my, I had that the other day. I'm like, well, why? I'm not this slow.
Yeah. And I could punch faster than this.
You are.
But hear me out. Have you guys ever had a dream and realized you're in a dream?
Yeah, I've done that. I realize when I'm in my dreams or I'm in a dream.
Not every time.
Most times. I'm such a weird dreamer.
I think you can train yourself to know that.
I think
But I drag myself out of bad dreams.
Correct. Me too.
So I know how to, if I'm at the start,
Focus on your real
listen,
body
yeah.
moving.
I'm
And
yanking.
yes,
Yeah.
it's a real thing. I'm
you know
glad you
what?
said
I'm
this.
That's
gone.
mad.
Hey,
It's a
listen,
real thing.
As soon as I know it, bro,
I'm like, oh, this
Yeah.
bro, let me
Listen,
let me get up and leave.
and it's weird. Do you know what I've trained? I think I've trained my head. Yeah, whenever I'm in a thing, I need the toilet,
Oh, okay.
and I know that's.
Whenever you're in a what?
I need the toilet
In a bad dream.
and I wake up and I go to and I need the toilet.
Oh.
So that's your
That whatever
Wake
it
up
is,
moment.
bro.
Yeah.
In my bad dreams, I always, at some point, I'm end up in a toilet or thing. I know that's me yanking myself
That's
out.
interesting.
Bro, listen, it's insane. But when now that you say it, but I've also thought of it over the years. I'm like that. I know that's my trigger of bad dream, or not bad dream, but something bad is happening
take
that
yourself
I'm
out of
aware
it.
of, and I need to get out.
Isn't that
And
interesting?
I get up and I go to the toilet at night, and I'll go back and I'll sleep till morning. I
So
sleep to my alarm.
You've never noticed that you're in a bad dream, or in any dream.
I've noticed I'm in a dream, not necessarily a bad dream. I think I had one good dream recently, and I swear. So I don't know if any of you guys watch it, but Love Island, and you know, one of the contestants in there would wake up laughing, and he would just laugh in his sleep. And I don't know what dream it was having. And I remember having a conversation of like, that's creepy.
Yeah.
And I went to bed one night and I had a dream about someone who'd passed, and it was my grandma. And she was young and she was just doing something really silly in the dream. And I laughed in my dream and I woke myself up laughing. But when the dream was happening, I knew, I was like, I know this is a dream because I know consciously, I know my gran isn't here anymore.
Right.
So if I'm seeing her, I know I'm in a dream.
Yes.
And then I started laughing and I woke myself up laughing. And I remember thinking, I'm that creepy. I'm the creepy one.
I know who. Some.
No, do you know what was even worse? I turned around and I continued to laugh as I turned around because I woke up and I thought,
imagine you're asleep. What the fuck going on here?
So I said to Sam the other day, I was like, a couple of days later, I was like, did I wake up and laugh in my dream the other day? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, he goes, I was meant to ask you. And I was like, did you think I was weird? And he was like, yeah. And then when I turned around, I was laughing and I was thinking, he's probably thinking,
you're a psycho.
You're a nutcase. You're a nutcase.
But no, to answer your question, I've never been able to pull myself out of a bad dream, but I have noticed when I'm in a dream.
So you just roll through your bad dream?
That's
I don't actually have bad dreams.
Oh, do you not? Okay, cool.
I pray every night before bed.
Oh, sir. Oh, that's good.
I guess God just blesses me with
Nah, listen.
good
It's,
dreams.
That's good.
I can't remember the last bad dream I've had. As in a horror.
good.
Yeah.
I can't. I had one recently. Don't get me wrong.
I never really have them, but I had one recently.
Yeah. No.
But
Stay prayed up, guys.
hey, I need to obviously get on my prayer game.
And meditate.
Yes.
And breathing
Listen,
exercises.
we're gonna wrap this up, guys. You know, it's been.
There's so much more we're going to go into.
No,
and we need another one on this.
Yeah, I feel like we do. I feel like we're gonna have to do a part 2 on this. We're gonna have to do a part 2 on a couple of episodes.
Let's do the movie one next.
Yeah,
We'll do movie
Let's
one
do
next,
that.
yeah?
you're gonna have to do your homework though, Simi. But anyways, guys,
we need to listeners send in some movies that you want us to go through. That would be good. So if there's any movies that you've watched that you want us to go through, you think there's some hidden messages, some subliminals, send them in, please.
and tell us if you ever had a dream yourselves, noticed you're in a dream, and was able to either control or get yourself out of the dream. Like, because I know this, this isn't just a special me thing. I thought it was, but obviously it's not.
He was the chosen one.
Obviously it's not. But guys, listen, thanks again for tuning in.
Yeah.
This has been a really good episode again. It's
Yeah.
a really, really good episode. I feel like we're just really finding our feet with this more and more. And thank you for being a part of the journey. As always, watch, subscribe, YouTube, everything. You already know what it is. Seems legit, the pod. Follow us on Instagram and comment and send us some of the stories. We want to hear it. We want to discuss it. And do you know what? I'm going to throw it out there. If anyone wants to find a seat here,
yeah, man. Those seats.
Come on.
Come, let's talk. Let's discuss it. Believer, non-believer, it's all, we all want to learn. Everybody learns. That's the beauty of it.
Anything that can get your mind ticking, staying curious.
We're so open to new perspectives and point of views.
Yeah. For real.
100.
Anyways, peace and love, everybody. Free Sean, you already know how it goes, man.
Take care. care.